Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, the No Regret TV, where I bring you the best relationship tips, the best relationship ideas that you can use in spicing up your relationship and marriage. These are some very quality tips that you can use in spicing up your marriage, your relationship, and make them the best place for you. So stay tuned and let's dive into it. So we are continuing with the ABCs of relationship and marriage, and yesterday we did from letter A to letter L. So today we'll continue from letter M to letter O. For those of you who missed yesterday's video, I'll leave a link into the card above so that you can click up the card, and in the description box below so that you can click the link of the previous video, so you catch up with where we started and you follow up from where we will end today. So I'll start from letter M today, and before I get into our video, I want to use this time to advertise to you one beautiful app called the MTN Momo or the Orange Momo, and you can send from the following countries: Belgium, France, Denmark, Italy, Holland, Spain, and even the UK. And you can send money to your loved ones in Ghana, Cameroon, Ivory Coast, Senegal, and Mali. Where you can get Same app, you can get them through the App Store for those using the iPhone, and through the Google Play Store for those using the Android phone. And if you want to send money to get a good bonus and promotion, you can use the promo code Fidelias, FIDELIAS. That's the promo code to get best and cheaper rate for sending money. Please go to Google Play Store and App Store to get your own Send app. Letter M says make love like newly wedded. Love making is a special thing between couples, and it should be done in a very special way. It should be done in a very romantic way, such way that you guys feel the connection between the husband and the wife. It should not be like a one night stand between some two friends from the club, or some roadside chick and a guy who just met and just decided to have a one night stand. Love making between couples is a way of bonding them. It's a way of giving them that special connection as couples, so that they feel the emotional connection between them. You should try different styles, different sex positions, different spice in your sex life, so that you can connect to your husband, you can connect to your wife in a very special manner and enjoy it. You can do some quickie in the morning before your husband goes to work. Sometimes you send the kids away and you have time for yourself. Sometimes you can get one from the kitchen, different places, the bathroom, the sitting room, and other places. It's your wife, it's your partner, so you feel that connection and enjoy love making between you two. So couples, you should connect as much as possible. You can connect through love making. Letter N says no separate room for you both. This is the worst thing that can happen to any couples: sleeping in separate rooms. This is, I would say, is the first step or the first stage of a divorce process or a broken home. No matter the quarrel, no matter the problems you guys have, it should never result in sleeping in separate rooms. I bet you if you do that, then you're gradually putting an end to your marriage. So you should never sleep in separate rooms, no matter the issues you are passing through. That one should be very, very sound and clear. No separate rooms. Letter O says we should oppose any intruder or third party. Yeah, in relationships, we always have best friends that we want to share our marital and relationship issues with, but is it really necessary? Sometimes, yes, it is necessary, but sometimes it's a very bad idea because you can never tell the mind of the third person you are introducing in your marriage. So for me, it's I won't say totally no, but you should mind the kind of person you are sharing your marital issues with. You are bringing into your marriage to share or help solve your problems. That person might be the one instead following the problems. So at times it's good for the couples to try and solve the problems by themselves. If not, take it to an elderly person in the family, maybe the father of the head of the both families. You can bring them in, maybe to a marriage counselor, maybe to a pastor, to a priest. But you should avoid bringing in friends in particular, neighbors, into your marital issues. So just always try to oppose them, especially those you haven't invited. Oppose them as much as you can into your marital issues. Letter P, pray together. Prayer is a key. Prayer is a key. Prayer is a master key. Jesus started with prayers and ended with prayer. Prayer is the master key. A family that prays together always stay together. This is very fundamental issue in marriages and relationship. Always ensure you pray together. Most of the times the husbands are the weaker vessels when it comes to prayers. Wife, it is your duty to always hold your husband's hand and say, honey, darling, it's good we always pray as a family. Involve your kids and make sure your family prays together. This is another way of strengthening the relationship, of bonding together, and of making your family, your home, a God fearing home. Always invite God into your relationship, always invite God into your home, and you will have peace. So pray together always. Quality time should be spent together. Letter Q. Always spend quality time with your partner, just like holding of hands, just like going for sports together. You should always find some common activities that both parties like so that you can spend time together. Maybe you go for outings, you go for sightsees, you go for maybe ice cream, go for cinemas, and do something together that is entertaining, that is interesting for both parties. That will increase your mental health together, your relationship health together. Always find that activities that both parties like, and it is always good for couples to have a common, how will I say, a common habit or hobby. Maybe swimming, maybe it's dancing, maybe it's sport. If you have this common habit, how to call it again, common hobbies, it's good to always spend time doing that together. You can play games at home, card, ludo. You know, there are some interesting activities that you as couples can do to spend quality time together. Maybe you sit and tell stories. Bedtime stories as well is another way of spending quality time together. So always make sure as couples you create that chance for each other so that you can spend the best of quality time together. Letter R says we should respond to each other's needs. Each other's needs vary. They can be financial needs, they can be emotional needs, they can be sexual needs, they can be, yeah, we have various needs. And sometimes your wife, especially when with women, they need attention. You as a husband, you need to respond to that need of attention. You need to give her your time. You need to spend time with her. you know Most of the times we husbands, we leave our wives, we spend more time with friends, we spend more time with colleagues in the office, whereas those times we need to spend them with our wives. Women like attention, give them that attention. Sexual needs too, wives, women never use a man's sexual need to be a weapon of punishment. Those are needs that needs to be responded to. So needs does not really mean financial needs. Yeah, they are important as well, but there are other needs that are as much as important as financial needs that needs to be taken care of. A man can provide the world to the wife, but if you don't give the wife that time, she will seek for that attention elsewhere. So you need to respond to that need of attention, that need of listening ear, that need of, she wants to talk to somebody, your husband wants to talk to somebody, you need to give him that attention as well, so that you can be able to see where this person needs an attention, needs, has a need, and you kind of respond to that need. So it's very important to always respond to each other's need, be it financial or otherwise. Letter S says we should stay positive to each other's vision. Yeah, that's very important as well in a relationship. You know, you're the support system of each other, and we all have visions. If your husband presents a vision to you, if your husband presents a project to you, you know, you have to stay positive. Yeah, even though staying positive doesn't necessarily mean you don't try to give him the flaws of the vision and all whatnot. It doesn't mean you should totally discourage the person from his or her vision. So, especially when it comes to the vision of a wife, women have a lot of ideas. We as men, we need to exploit those ideas. We should not limit them to the home. They have good ideas that if they share with you, and if you take time to listen to them, listen to the vision that they present to you, you understand that this is something that can really work for us. So we should always stay positive and listen to each other's vision and each other's idea, and see how we can contribute meaningfully into those ideas and impact those ideas, so that we can see the positive outcomes of those visions and ideas. So it's very important to always stay positive to each other's visions and ideas. Take no records of past offense. Wow, wow, wow. This is a fundamental issue in relationships. This is a fundamental issue in forgiveness. This is a fundamental issue in reconciliation. If you decide to forgive your husband, your wife for a wrong, you should never hold it back against them. If you are deciding to forgive, you should forgive and forget. Yes, it's difficult to forgive and forget, like we say, but sometimes your husband might wrong you, your wife might wrong you, and you claim to have forgiven them. Then maybe another issue occurs in the future, and you start reminding them of their past wrong. That is wrong, that is devastating, that is soul killing, that is relationship killing. So if you are forgiving somebody, make sure you erase that wrong in your heart, erase that wrong in your mind. Never hold them as leverage to future wrongs, never hold them as leverage to future excuses. If you're forgiving the person, forgive the person once and for all, and move on from that wrong. A new wrong should be treated as a new wrong, not bringing the past wrong into it and making the person feel very, very terrible, very, very bad, and seeing his or herself as, like, how will I put it, in a very bad state. Because when you start bringing people's past mistakes to them, it kills them. It kills them totally, and brings them a lot of discouragement, a lot of depression as well. So you should not hold offenses, past records. You should keep away from holding past records and offenses. Letter Q says we should utilize every opportunity to bond. Yes, it's very important. Every given moment, it should be a special moment for couples to bond. You might find yourself in a situation, in a bad situation, and you still turn that bad situation as an important and as an opportunity for you as couples to bond. For a couple for couples to come out of a very bad situation, especially financial situation and maybe a challenging situation, pregnancy issues, and other challenging issues. It should also be an opportunity for those couples to bond, stand, be there for each other, be strong for each other. That's another way of bonding. Even if it's an is how do I put it? Even if it's a joyous event, a joyous opportunity, you should always use it to bond and bond with your partner. Get to know your partner more and more in each given situation. That's another way of bonding with your partner. So utilize every given opportunity to bond with each other. We all in life always want a happy ever after. So you should always visualize a glorious future together. You should always visualize a glorious old age together. You should always see the possibility this of this relationship ending in the best possible way, like till death do us part. So you should always have that vision of a glorious future, things being positive, your finances, your health, your family, how you bring up your kids. You should always have a positive vision, a glorious future. It should always end happily ever after. So it's always important to visualize a glorious future together, and your relationship will be sweet. Men, women love to be praised, women love to be admired. So W says we should win each other's admiration daily. Always try to win your wife's admiration. Give her that praise. Do those things that you used to do before when you were calling her. Give her Do those things that you used to do before when you were pursuing her to accept you as her man. So you should always try to do those things back so that you can win her admiration. Same to you as the wives. You should always try to win your husband's admiration. Look beautiful for him, look sexy for him, cook those delicious meals for him so that he will always, oh, this is my beautiful wife. I really admire you. I really love you. Do those things that you used to do before when he was courting you. You know, sometimes you try to play hard to get, and men like women would play hard to get. So it's not like always, you know, try to do those things that you used to do before. Do your hair, do your nails, do some eyelashes, makeup. You should not just leave your body and just leave your body because you're taking care of the home. Look beautiful for him, look admirable for him, so that when he walks into the house and sees his beautiful wife, he'll be full of praises and he'll sing those praises to you. So that's how you can win each other's admiration daily. X-ray your life together. That's what the letter X says. That's always see yourself together. Always see this relationship being together. You and your partner always being together. It's just like a photocopy of your relationship and a photocopy of your future. You should always envision yourself together, like the glorious end. So this does not really need much explanation. It is, I think, as clear as it is. You should always see yourself ending up together and having that glorious end together. So always X-ray your life together. Letter Y, ye not at each other for any reason. Never shout at your wife. Never raise your voice at your husband for any reason whatsoever. Yes, it's difficult. We can be pushed to the wall. We can be pushed to a very tight position in which we are left with the option of shouting. Yes, we are human. We want to maybe correct the other person, but you don't have to correct the other person by shouting. You don't have to shout at your partner each time they make a mistake. You don't have to raise your voice at your husband, wife. No matter what, there are always gentle ways of talking things out, especially when it comes to some when it comes to situations where there are other people around, especially your kids, friends, families, you should never do that to your wife. Men, take particular note. Shouting at your wife, most especially in front of your kids, in front of friends, then you're giving them the leverage to always disobey your wife, to always disrespect your wife or your husband. So you should never shout at your wife or at each other at any given point in time. It's difficult to do so, but you have to try as much as possible to do that. Z says we should zip our mouths when we are angry. Zip your mouth when you are angry. When we are angry, that's the time we say a lot of hurtful things to each other. So we should try as much as possible to not say things that we'll regret in the future, to not say things that will hurt each other, to not throw shades at each other, to not throw hurtful words at each other. At times, it's best when you're angry, you just walk out of the scene. Maybe your husband, you can go out for a drive, maybe your wife, you can just go somewhere. Lock yourself up so that until you're calm before you address the issue. If you address issues when both of you are angry, there's that tendency of you both throwing hurtful words at each other. So we should always try as much as possible not to say anything when we are angry, but when we are in a very calm state, then we can address any issue that or any misunderstanding that we have. So always zip your mouth when you are angry. And with that, dear friends, we've come to the end of this video, the ABCs of relationships and marriage. So I hope I've been able to impact my viewers. I hope I've been able to impact you in one way or the other, so that you can apply these things in your relationship and see how they go. Catch you in the next video. I'm your boy, Banner Freak. Ciao.